Welcome to episode 12 of the Laced Up Show. This is a show all about sneakers and sneaker news. I'm your host, Chase, with my co-host today, Landon, and we have another great episode for you guys today. So, starting right into it, we got Soulja Boy launches his own sneaker brand. That's right. Last Tuesday, Soulja Boy took to his Instagram account and announced that he is launching his own sneaker brand called Soulja Stars. Now, the sneaker comes in 3 different colorways with a retail being $279. The sneaker brand is a collaboration with Alive Shoes, which is an Italian footwear company that allows people to apply to have a chance to create and sell their own sneaker on their website. Now, you know, the sneaker is made and shipped directly from Italy, but Landon, what are your thoughts?
So my biggest thing is the first thing that jumped out to me, and then I think I stopped listening to everything else, is how do you come to $279 as a retail price?
I have no idea, man.
So is it $279.99?
I don't know.
Or is it $279? That's kind of important to me.
So another thing about this is it is available for pre-order.
So I saw it the other day. I saw some accounts tweeting about it. I don't know if you saw that or not, but yeah, they literally dropped the other day.
Yeah.
It was like what'd you say? They're like the Soulja Stars,
Soulja
right?
Stars.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. And I was like, they look interesting. I don't know who else he would have been able to sign with to get a collab. It's not like he's not big, but it doesn't surprise me that Soulja Boy is kind of doing his own thing.
Do you think that's his right move to do this instead of?
I think that's fair to say because he's not quite as mainstream as some other artists.
Right.
He did have a big comeback from his original stuff whenever he was producing for a while. He was kind of out of it for a little bit, it seemed like. So he has kind of had a pretty big kind of dive back into the music industry, but I think that this probably was his best idea, the same way that we've talked about it, kind of related to sports. If you're not one of the best players, you go and create your brand, like Langston Galloway just did with ethics.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't definitely sign with Jordan and Nike and get his own shoe. But so I look at it the same way. Soulja Boy is really a really talented artist as far as I know. But I mean, I don't think that he's talented in the realm of, or at least known well enough to get just whatever collab he wants, whatever brand he would want to do.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think honestly, if Soulja is one of those guys where he, he had big come up. Everyone was doing the Superman, the U, and everything way back when, and then after that, he's kind of not quote unquote one hit wonder, but that's what he was known for.
To top that.
I think his fame/fade is nostalgic now, and so I think he's done other things like that. Do you remember he made his own PlayStation? He made his own video game system called Soulja Game.
No.
Yeah.
No, I had no idea. I'm not surprised that he would try something like this. Then we got people in the chat are saying, "Did you ever think it was Soulja Boy or Soulja Boy? Did you know it from the jump?"
Oh no, for sure. I thought it was Soldier.
That's what everyone thinks.
No, when I was typing out this article, I was like, "Oh, it's literally Soul and then
Soulja Boy."
Yeah, Soulja Boy.
So I wonder, what does it mean?
Soul. I think Soul. Ya boy. Soulja Boy.
That didn't really do anything.
You don't think so?
It didn't really do anything for
right.
me. You could be right. I don't know. It's just
that was my thought.
I wonder what because there's got to be a reasoning behind it. You don't just name yourself something for no reason. Then again, in the rap industry today, you see some names out there that just make no sense.
Yeah, but moving on. What do we got next?
All right, so this one we have a shoe sale has gone bad. Police shoot an alleged carjacker who tried to run down officers. So, Detroit police shot and wounded a man suspected in an armed carjacking after he allegedly tried to run down officers with the stolen vehicle. The suspect met the victim on the city's west side Tuesday night with the pretense of purchasing a pair of Nike Air Jordan shoes, but allegedly forced the seller and his 2 young children out of their SUV at gunpoint. So it gets a little bit more intense from there. The victim called the police and they pursued the stolen vehicle. When the vehicle kind of turned toward the officers, kind of tried to run them down. One officer fired multiple rounds. The suspect was struck twice. And then there was also a juvenile in the vehicle that wasn't injured, but both of the people in the car were arrested. So, I mean, the suspect is in temporary serious condition at a local hospitals, but no officers were at least harmed during the process. But what do you think about this story?
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the way the sneaker world is now, I mean, it is a coveted item, and people will do crazy things for sneakers. So, I'm sure this is, especially in, where is this? Detroit? Yeah, I mean,
So,
Detroit is, one of those types of cities where violence and gun violence is pretty up there. So
you got to stay safe during that.
it's crazy.
It's crazy how it's at now.
Did they know what shoe it was?
No, so they just
By
said
chance?
Nike Air Jordan. So
Oh.
it's got to be some type of Jordan 1, Jordan 4.
It could be
Jordan,
anything.
and it could
11.
be anything, but anything whenever it comes to like Jordan is going to be, a highly coveted item. It just blows my mind what some people are willing to like do just to get away with. Like, I was at work yesterday and someone came in and he's like, yo, I was like printing out this picture with my bike inside the store. Someone just walks in, takes my bike out of the store and drives off with it.
No way.
And they went and saw it on cam. Like, it's crazy what some people are just like, oh, I'm sure I'll be able to get away with this. Or like, what do you think? Here's another question. Do you think it was this guy's first time going to meet up for shoes, trying to rob someone and get away with it? I don't feel like you pull something like that unless you've like almost like, I feel like you've maybe done it before.
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not, because I feel like you'd probably be successful. This guy didn't get away.
Well,
ended up getting shot.
Here's the thing. Was he did he, I wonder if he the criminal at this point acted like, I came here for the shoes. I was just going to rob him for the shoes, and then it escalated to the car? Or was that his whole plan to get the car originally?
I feel like it might have been the whole plan, because like he forced them out of their car at gunpoint. So he's like, hey, like, get out of your car. It's not like, give me the shoes and stay in the car.
Right.
It's like, hey, get out of your car.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it leaves you. There's not a ton of details yet on the whole thing, but I mean, it leaves a lot to wonder. Just like how, I mean, you're happy that no one, that was there to protect the family got injured, such as the officers.
Yeah, I mean,
glad that
luckily,
no one got
scary
hurt, 'cause
moment.
2 kids, man.
Yeah.
Like, that stuff's crazy. Like, there was a bunch of bullets flying. All it said is that the guy that got arrested had a juvenile with him. Could have been his kid, could have been,
Wow.
anyone along those lines, which makes it, even that much more upsetting, because, I mean, it's just sad. Like, I don't understand the whole point on why he tried to run him down too. Why would you drive towards the cops and then they just start ripping off shots? Some people, I just feel like, no.
I don't think this was his first rodeo then, If he was doing something like that, I don't think it was that organized. But
it could be true.
yeah, that's a tough one. But bringing up the mood, we actually have the sneakers are taking on, or actually taking over, the Winter Olympics. So if you don't know, the Winter Olympics are currently happening in Japan, and there is one Olympic athlete that came out by rocking some super nice dunks. So his name is Matt Hamilton, and he is on the USA curling team, and he pulled out the What the SB dunks and turned them into curling sneakers. So this is because the shoe was originally for skateboarding. So Matt had to put some Teflon onto the shoes, onto the soles, so you could actually wear them on the ice. But Landon, what are your thoughts, and are you a fan of Matt now?
Yeah, so this is actually really cool. First off, I didn't know the Winter Olympics were going on. So that was your first question. I did not know that. So that's actually a really cool thing that you can do now with shoes. I don't know that I'd be able to do it personally. If someone says curling's such an easy sport, I don't know if I agree with that. I've never curled, so I can't really speak on it. But as far as like shoes, you can take any pair of hype shoes. This was a thing that I didn't know about really growing up, but you learned it. Like, you could take any shoe you want and go somewhere, just relating this to baseball, and put cleats on it.
Yeah.
And just have that as
a lot of
cleat.
people are doing it for golf.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people do it for golf. You just got to change like what the bottom of the shoe, the makeup is, but it's a really cool thing. So I don't know what type of like, I feel like you have to have some sort of, I guess there's no like regulation on shoes. Like, not everyone has to have the same shoe for the same advantage.
Yeah, I guess
does a certain shoe help you more? Like, does it stop you and affect your balance better? So I'm assuming that footwear is like absolutely a zero factor.
You can do whatever you want, right?
And curling, because you don't want something to give you an advantage or a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, there's companies with specific curling shoes. I'm assuming Nike's not one of them. So it's like, he's got these like dunks and stuff like that he can wear on this. I think it's a really.
I think his complete outfit, man. I think head to toe with the long hair. This guy was just meant, and I don't know how he did, or the curling team did, but I honestly think they took home the gold. I'm not even joking, but
you said,
definitely that's pretty sick.
The best shoes there.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's taking the gold in sneakers.
Jeff said he was learning about curling the other day. What is there to learn? What is in his left hand? Is that the broom? Man, this stuff is so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Some of the Olympic sports that we have compared to some of the ones that like either were left off or didn't make it for a while, It's kind of like mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Just like how, like, for some time we didn't have baseball and some other, like, key sports in the Olympics. But not curling.
I know.
But
It's a whole different world out
what exactly is curling?
People go, oh, I got curling practice.
More people don't know what curling is than do know what curling is.
I know. It's always a second thought. It's always, oh, that's right, curling's on. That's right. But I don't know.
That's why it's in the Winter Olympics, and that's why I didn't know it was going on.
But I think it's pretty cool. I think definitely, if anything,
Apparently Italy won gold.
Oh, Italy won gold? Dang. I'm crushed, man. But Matt still won gold in the sneaker category.
Let me see their shoes. Maybe that could be the problem, because now you draw that type of attention to yourself, and then you don't win gold. Is it really just like all for naught?
Who knows? Who knows if he was even the one that curled that? It could have been like a different. He did the qualifying curls or something. Who knows?
We're really speaking of something.
All I know is this. He blew up all over Twitter.
3. Then it was Norway and Sweden.
Dang.
I
don't know, but. All I know is I thought it was a pretty cool sneaker article, especially it made it all the way to the Olympics. I thought it was really cool what Matt did. But moving on, Landon, what do we got next?
All right. We have the 3 C's that everyone has been waiting for. Crocs Carrot Collection. All right. So, not that it ever ended, but with the spring on the tip of our minds, Croc season is set to get a seasonal reset. And what better way to kickstart the month of sunshine and comfort with a second collaborative collection from Crocs and Carrots? That was a lot of C's. So I'm not a huge Croc guy. I'm actually not a Croc guy at all. But it is clear that they have made somewhat of like a really big resurgence just back.
Ugly shoes.
It's got to be Post
Malone.
Just
trending.
Ugly shoes have been trending.
Yeah.
But Post Malone might have had like a little bit of a play in that, and like just as far as like getting collabs and stuff like that. But just what do you think about this Carrot Croc collab specifically?
Well, first of all, is like what's the whole thing with Carrots? Like, is it an actual brand? Is that what it is?
As far as I can tell, it's more of just a theme.
Really?
It's more of just a theme.
I mean, I think it's cool. I do
Crocs
like
the
orange. I mean, all over TikTok, man. It's putting the Crocs in sport mode, and especially for the gritty, Crocs and the gritty have been taking over TikTok.
Absolutely, had no idea. We're on 2 different sides of TikTok, but we use the same account, so that doesn't make sense. But
you know what the gritty is, though,
I do
right?
know what the gritty is. The Croc gritty is new to me.
Yeah,
the Croc gritty.
There's one guy on TikTok.
So the stories went from it's taking over TikTok, the Croc gritty, to there's one guy.
He is taking over the TikTok. And he does the gritty in Crocs.
Okay.
And people are losing their minds because they keep telling him he's the gritty god.
Are they lying to him?
I don't know, but he's got his Crocs in sport mode.
It's not edible.
No, yeah, it's
like for sure. What you don't want to ever eat something that you stick your foot in.
So the gritty,
most likely,
the gritty, it's GRIDDY. It's the next trending dance.
It's not gritty. It's gritty. GRIDDY. It's not gritty. It's gritty, and it's like it's just a dance. I actually watched a short little like documentary on it yesterday.
What?
So didn't know it was going to be relevant today, because this is your article. Oh, this is my article. I just didn't know we were going to go towards the gritty. So there's the main guy who does it in the NFL, Justin Jefferson. He's a guy he's the one that kind of started. Him and Jamar Chase do it too.
Yeah.
And they were LSU teammates together. So I don't know. I was just watching a tutorial on how to do it. I should have tried. I didn't try. I was working, but it was just on the TV. But I heard him talking about it. Yeah, it's just this has nothing to do with the article. But yeah, I mean, it's really like easy dance to do, you'd think, but like those easy dances, it's just like, oh, no one can make it look bad. I feel like I still find a way to make it look bad.
There's a certain swagger that you need while doing it.
I feel like I got it up here. Have you seen it? And I don't got it.
That's how it always is. I feel like that.
I swear.
That's 95% of people. They got it up here. They imagine it up here, and then they try to do it and apply it, and it's over.
I think there's 95% of people know they can't do it. 4% of people think they can do it, and then just 1% of people can do it.
No,
I'm in that 4%.
I think it's all reversed. I think 95% people think they can do it, and then 4% people do it and they fail, and then 1% actually do it. But but moving back onto the article, I think it's pretty cool what Crocs is doing with all these collabs. It's kind of crazy what the resale market is on Crocs. Some of these Crocs are going, a couple $100s, and they're only retailing for $60. And also, I will have to give Crocs a good shout out and said, I don't think they've really raised their prices at all. It's been 60
It can't
for a
cost
while.
much to buy a pair of Crocs. If they start changing their prices, it's gonna be a global crisis. It's like it'd be like as noticeable as Dollar Tree not being a dollar anymore.
$1.25.
I know.
Speaking of that, that's a whole nother article we could get into. But
we just won't do that.
But moving on, focusing back on the sneakers, we got Paige Beckers is back into the news by surprising all of her teammates with brand new sneakers. So UConn Huskies women's basketball star Paige Beckers surprised all of her teammates by gifting them with each a pair of brand new sneakers. Now, a little while ago, Beckers, actually, we talked about her when this first happened, but Beckers signed a 3-year NIL deal with the sneaker marketplace StockX, and I'm guessing as representing StockX comes with some perks. So, her UConn teammates, or at least her UConn teammate, Kristen Williams, shared a video on Instagram account showing all the new sneakers from Jordans to Yeezys that were given away. Now, Paige Beckers isn't just done yet because she has also announced another NIL deal with Cash App, and then now she has a total of 3 deals, with one being StockX, another being Cash App, and the third one being Gatorade. So, Landon, what are your thoughts on Paige Beckers, again, at least from now what you know, and then about her giving away the sneakers?
Yeah, so I saw this. I was actually going to do it, but you beat me to it. You actually did your stuff ahead of time, so I went and looked at what you had done. So, yeah, this is actually a really cool thing. I saw, I saw some of the sneakers these girls got.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what in the heck? They got some hype stuff. I was like, and I don't know what the limit was because there didn't seem to be a limit.
No, I don't think there was.
Some girls said, I just can't imagine, I guess it'd be a weird lens for me to look through, but what about the girls on her team that literally just don't care? Do you think if you're that level of a UConn, you're a really well-known basketball player as far as a girl for high school if you make it to UConn? So being part of a UConn basketball team, do you think they all like hype sneakers? Because, a lot of girls that I've been around are just give me the basic Nikes, give me the basic this, the basic that.
Well, I bet you.
And then some girls really love sneakers.
I think, yeah, I bet it's probably maybe a 50-50 maybe. But I think if you were, Paige probably goes, hey, I'm giving away sneakers. Go on this website and just pick, limit, and just pick one.
How does it? But I feel like they weren't having to pick one. I feel like they got a good amount. What if you're was there? I wonder what the limitations were for
I don't know. Yeah.
I really wonder what the limitations for this would be, because it's hey, I like these chunky dunkies, and I want these off-whites, and I want these Louis Vuittons, and I want these this and that.
I don't know.
It's just what exactly?
I don't know what their budget was.
That would have been such an awkward thing, because
I'm sure
if it's me, I'm going to be sitting here pushing oh, so how many? It's
how many?
It's you get 3 max, right? Get 3 max, but there's a few girls on the team that don't want it, so you go to them, you're like, hey, just get these 3 shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Get these 3 shoes.
So, all right. So then I'm going to flip the script on you. So if you had one shoe, budget under $500.
Budget under $500.
Under $5.
Because you
get?
hadn't said anything, and I was going to go straight to Dior Jordan 1s.
Right.
Straight to Dior Jordan 1s. So you put a limitation on me, which is okay, because we can still work.
It's realistic.
It is. It's probably more.
I won't get it to
realistic.
you, but.
So I got too many Jordan 1s, so I'd want to get, if I'm getting something for free, that's when it's easiest for me to pick something that expands my wardrobe. So I have a lot of Jordan 1s. I wouldn't want to do that. A lot of Air Forces wouldn't do that. So I would choose a Jordan model. I'd say the Jordan 11.
Low?
What I'd probably get? I'd probably get the Jordan 11 Space Jams.
Really?
Where that came from?
I don't think that's under $500.
Yeah. I don't know what they're at on StockX. StockX keeps their shoes pretty low. If not, I'd get a Jordan 11 something.
Really?
It is. Not cool
gray.
gray.
So recently that came out. So you got cool gray, Jubilees. You could say
maybe do those.
You got Jubilees. Jubilees came out 2 years ago. Yeah, the black.
What about you? You probably wouldn't even care. You'd probably just get.
I get a dunk. No, I'd probably. You know what? I'd probably get the Panda Dunks.
The Panda Dunks.
Yeah.
I did just choose a neutral color shoe, didn't I? I was gonna say, I was like, you're gonna get something basic with your one shoe, like I just did. Never mind.
I would wear that all the time. We got someone commenting and said, "I'll just take the cash and do $10. $10 shoes at $400." That's what these people are saying.
It's I'm giving you an allotted amount of money for stock, because that's just the part that's curious to me. It's cool that she did it anyways. I wonder if it comes out of her partnership.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too.
I doubt it. No,
I wonder, she's hey, take it easy, guys, I'm covering the tab here.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure she's hurting on money right now.
Oh yeah, signed with Cash Up, Gatorade, and and StockX.
As we were up here in this
Yeah,
corner,
just for
backed into
StockX
a
alone.
corner. Yeah.
Exactly.
Dude, seriously though, what an absolute game changer that really you're going to make more money in college basketball, women's, than you could ever dream of making in the NBA.
Oh, I don't know. You better watch out.
No, not the NBA. Sorry, WNBA. Sorry. No, literally though. These girls play on middle school teacher contracts.
Do you think
they literally play on? But we're talking about what millions of dollars.
So you think college basketball is women's college basketball is
a
worth
better place
more
to make more money?
Then really,
that's
a hot
I would
take.
Almost guarantee it.
You
now.
guys, I mean, hey,
no,
you guys
you see
can
it, though. No, you
comment
see it,
that.
Though. Because in college,
I'm surprised.
In college football, you got the same stuff going on. Quarterbacks signing for millions of dollars. Sometimes whenever you get drafted and sign your contract, you don't make that much. You get $500,000. We're talking about $1 million deals in college.
I think maybe, I don't know.
Literally.
I thought you were going to take it another way. I was going to say that now that high schoolers want to get into the game, but there's NCAA or whatever the high school association is saying no now. So now they're even going to high school to getting high schools can't sign. High schoolers can't sign NIL.
We got someone that just said, yeah. I mean, college is where people. I feel like that's you get it like both ways. Like people either love college and hate the pros, or hate the pros and love college, whatever, or love the pros and hate college, whichever way. I didn't say, but it's kind of vice versa there. But I feel like people really. There's always I recently really developed a love for watching professional sports kind of over college. Mm-hmm. But there's a certain aspect and element to college players are still playing to get somewhere. That's the way I always used to explain it. They're going to play harder because they're playing to get somewhere. But then this is we're nowhere near Paige Becker surprising all of her teammates with sneakers anymore. And now we're just off on tangent number 5. But I mean, where is that exactly? Is this play going to decrease now because you're already getting compensated, right? Is there, because there's no more, I'm trying to fight for my family.
Some incentive.
My family's never had anything.
Well,
I'm trying to get that big NFL contract. Here's $20 million from this barbecue place that we're going to just spread out from a booster. $20 million is too much. But here's millions of dollars from these boosters, because that's the reality is that these dudes have been getting paid forever. They've been getting paid under the table forever.
You think?
Oh, you know it. People come out and say it after they're people have gotten suspended and stuff like that for signing autographs, all the different stuff, getting paid by boosters under the table, recruitment, this different stuff like that. So, I mean, my one thing that I've seen some people talk about too is they want to keep the money within colleges and not allow it to become a recruiting thing. So it's you can't go start throwing millions of dollars at a high schooler. You have to get them to your program, and then they can get paid within your program, right? But you can't be sitting there saying, we're going to pay you $2 million if you come play for us. We'll pay you $6 million if you come play for us. Right. It's hey, come play for us, and then you can get signed deals and stuff like that.
We'll help. We'll help you get, if you sign with us, we already have a partnership with
start buying high schoolers, turns into a bidding war.
Right.
That just sounds crazy. And that turns into so much pressure, I feel like, because, we just spent $3 million on this kid, and he's a bust. He busted. That happens. You just don't hear about it as much because it just flies under the radar.
Well, at that point, what's
that's what I'm saying. Buying high school just sounds bad, right? I think it sounds terrible enough that you at the age of 17, they're hey, go ahead and sign up to go to this university for 4 years, pay $150,000, as if you know exactly what you want to be at age 17 years old.
Right. Well, then here comes in another sidetrack. Do you think if that happens, right? Because it started, it went from NBA, now it's in college. A lot of money's in college, and it's probably going to go, some high schoolers, 1% of 1% high schoolers are going to sign stuff.
That's how it would have to be.
Do you think NBA and all these big, NFL are just going to go, hey, we're going to sign high schoolers, skip college, get them then, and just develop them?
That's what they're doing now. So that's what
No, drafting. Kind of like what the MLB does.
Yeah, they don't do it that way, but they had the NBA G League team.
Right.
Whereas I'm a Warriors fan. We personally have a guy that was on that team where you just don't go to high school. LaMelo Ball took a whole different route. He went overseas so he could get paid. But he would have never done that.
No, for sure not.
He would have literally never done that.
Yeah, he would have cashed in.
They would have all been there. They would have all gotten paid. And, it's a whole element of it's fair. If you can, if you're someone who's bringing more to the university, I think you should get fairly compensated for that. Just no way it doesn't get ugly. There's no way it doesn't get ugly.
No,
like,
it's definitely
you're the one making all the money on the team. Dude, I swear this is, if anything, this is going to turn into murders of jealousy.
I wasn't talking about that. Wow.
No, but I'm not.
That's
I'm
a long
not
shot.
kidding. No, but it's like money makes you do crazy things.
That's true.
And you just like look around, and especially someone gets all this money and then they don't perform as well, then how do you look at them differently, and just all this different stuff like that.
It's crazy dynamics, man. A lot of pressure is now on these young kids, especially with signing all these deals and stuff.
But to bring it full circle and actually talk about what we started off talking about, it's cool that she did this, and it's cool. That's the thing that I saw, just to bring up one last tweet, is a lot of people focus on this is what we were being robbed of for all these years that the NCAA had this firm grasp on it. It's her being able to buy stuff for her teammates.
Right. You've
seen a lot of good, like, the thing is, all these people that have all this money, if it gets into the right hands, you can do so much good with it.
Oh yeah,
it just got to get in the right hands, but you can do so much good with it.
Well, I think, what was it? There's a great quote that money doesn't improve you or anything. It just exposes you.
I told you that. Money doesn't like change who you are. It just amplifies what you already are.
Right.
So like if it gets into the hands of a good person, they're going to do great things with it.
Yeah, 100% believe that. But
I just think there's also an element to like these younger people. I mean, not like we've ever had anywhere close to that money, and we're older than some of these people are. But can you imagine if that money becomes available to you? I feel like, how does that not just totally mess with everything else going on?
You just gotta slow down.
All of a sudden you got that many zeros in your bank account.
No,
never had it before. It's just like,
well, that's why people have managers and stuff to make sure you don't go stir crazy. I mean, it happens all the time in like Hollywood. All those Disney Channel stars.
Winners.
Yeah, I mean, a lot. It happened. People go crazy, but then they always come back. So, but moving on, that was quite the tangent. But moving on, Landon, what's our next article?
All right, so for this one, we have Lisa Leslie's Nike Dunk celebrates a WNBA milestone. So Nike will release a women's version of its retro dunk low sneaker this summer to mark the anniversary of Lisa Leslie becoming the first woman to dunk in a WNBA game. The Nike presentation does not explicitly mention a date for the shoe's release, but it does note that it's intended for the 20th anniversary of Leslie's historic dunk, meaning it should arrive around July, I guess, barring any setbacks due to the supply chain issues. So, first off, these could release, next July with all the supply chain issues that we've seen. They could just be here in 12 months, not even, and end up releasing on the 21st anniversary of it. But, what are your thoughts on this shoe and just like overall your first impression for this?
I think it's really cool what they're doing, what Nike's kind of branching into and making sure that kind of almost including more women's sports and the figures, the people that have really broke into the WNBA. And so I think it's a cool thing what Nike's doing. I actually was going to write an article about Jordan and how Jordan's daughter is got the green light to actually sign a lot more women on the Jordan brand in the WNBA. Yeah. So I think Nike is definitely making it more inclusive, at least giving more of the spotlight to women. I think that's really cool. Personally, I don't know if it's just a PR stunt.
They just invested too in the WNBA. I don't know if you saw that.
Right.
I was gonna do it, but I didn't look into it deep enough, and just didn't end up getting around to it. But yeah, I think Nike just like invested in the WNBA too.
Yeah, I hope they're just doing it for the right reasons, and it's not just a PR stunt for them. They're just saying like, oh, we invested in the WNBA, like buy our shoes kind of thing. Like hopefully they have some meaning behind it. Right. But looking at the dunks, I mean, it's a drop for me. I'm not really a fan of the colorway specifically. Yes. Is it sport related?
Yeah. So let me give you a little bit more. So it was a really cool milestone what she was able to accomplish, because at that same time.
Yeah, that's crazy. First
dunk
girl
in WNBA
dunk.
history in that same season.
Are the hoops different height or anything?
No. Same hoop, same height.
Same height? That's really impressive.
Yeah. So I mean, she was the first one to do it in an actual game, and then. It was actually a really cool milestone. She tore it up that year. During that same time, She became the first woman to have 3,000 career points, and then also won her second championship in a row that year. So, like you were saying, the color scheme is going to be based off of like the LA Sparks, who she played for. So it's going to have like, the number 9 branding for her jersey number. And then Nike hasn't actually officially confirmed or like denied the release date, but it is expected to happen. And so, some changes could come to the model. This is just kind of what the first image is, kind of what it looks like. And, honestly, I think it's pretty nice. It's, like you said, it's one of those like funky color schemes. It's not like,
I don't know.
Those things are hit and miss.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to hit for a lot of people. I'm sure it'll miss for some. I just think it's cool that, Nike's kind of drawing attention to a pretty cool moment.
I think that's a really cool thing that Nike can do.
Yeah.
Just moving on is start creating shoes that capture a moment in time.
75th anniversary dunks
Yeah.
that they've been doing.
Yeah, I think that's, kind of. I mean, that one's all right. I mean, that's just because NBA is turning 75. Like,
yeah, but that's a moment.
Like whoop-de-doo.
That's
I mean,
a moment. But
yeah, but like,
but you wouldn't
Michael
do it
Jordan dunk or something, like a specific thing like that.
Yeah,
I
but you
think
wouldn't
that'd be
do
cool.
it for like 76th anniversary,
No,
77th.
no.
But like,
Right.
50th year anniversary,
Right.
75th year anniversary, different stuff
But
like that.
I personally think those don't have as much meaning. That's like a historic thing, but personally, I don't think that has much meaning compared to this story about her getting her first dunk. Like, I think that carries a lot more.
A specific moment. No,
Right.
I see what you're saying.
Like Steph Curry's, what he hit? What was his 3-point?
Oh, like breaking the NBA 3-point record.
Right, but what was it?
What do
What
you
was the number?
How many exactly did he have?
Yeah, what was he needed to break? It was like something crazy, like 3,000 or something, or
No, it was like 20 something hundred. So
right.
it
But
was
then
a lot, but
then Under Armour comes out with only 2,600 pairs of this shoe, and it has like 26. Like, that'd be sick.
Yeah,
That'd be super cool. And they
it
did
could
something
happen.
like that. They did it, but they only made it in an NFT. So I was like, I mean, they just kind of like, that was like a money grab to me. But no, I think it's really cool what they did, and I think honestly, props to Nike for doing this. I should be interesting to see what they have moving forward. But
right.
But any last thoughts on that or no?
No, that's good. You can
Yeah.
move on.
But moving on, we're going to actually talk about another shoe brand called Cole Haan, which they debuted their very first shoe made from dandelions. That's right. The New York-based brand unveiled the Generation 02, which is an eco-friendly sneaker that is meant for men and women, where the outsole is made up from patent-pending flower foam. So this foam is a lightweight material that consists of at least 25% of dandelion rubber. So Cole Haan's president said the shoe was in development for more than 2 years. So the flower shoe will retail for $130, and they are available at colehaan.com right now. So Lana, what are your thoughts on this shoe?
That's actually pretty cool. So it comes from a sunflower. It's amazing what people work into it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be a whole new like kind of wave of stuff going forward. Is like this shoe's made out of some baseball leather. This shoe's made out of this. Shoe's
all
made
these
out
like
of that.
recycle kind of different
recycled
materials.
content that you can turn into. Because we've had coffee was a recent one that
Coffee,
we talked about.
There's one. I think another one was like algae. I think there was one, but we talked about coffee.
Just all kinds of different stuff being used.
But overall, I mean, I think it's a pretty clean shoe. Should be curious to see what it feels like. It would be interesting to see how that flower foam kind of actually feels compared to normal foam that's
it's
produced.
more of like an athletic shoe because I mean they make dress shoes.
It's casual.
They're
Casual athletic. I mean, it's just like a lifestyle shoe. So it's
more of a
nothing.
lifestyle shoe.
Just like something you would wear every single day. Not like super professional, but I thought it was really cool what they did.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting that you can do all that different types of stuff with shoes now. Like you've got we kind of come around to it every single time we talk about stuff like this, but it's like you got auto lacing shoes, you got color changing shoes, you got UV light reactive technology within these shoes.
Yeah.
You just got all different kinds of stuff. I'm just always like, man, how? Like what? Like these people are just nonstop. They're relentless with just coming up with new thing. What's gonna be the next new thing that you can do?
Yeah, I like how it's getting more creative too. Like, I mean, people are really branching out, and it's definitely a good start. I guess Cole Haan, also the president, also mentioned that this technology of using dandelion rubber actually came back from World War II when like the shortages of the oil and stuff was because of the war. So I guess this technology has been around, but they just adapted it into the shoes. So the president thinks like this is the first time that's ever been used like that. So I thought that was a pretty cool touch.
No, that's definitely a really cool idea that they're doing that, and I'm sure it probably helps everyone because you can just, I don't know how you outsource dandelions, but you can use dandelions as part of a product, and It's not like they're like don't
You're
take
not
dandelions from this
right. They just grow back.
It's not like a super high commodity.
So you're saying we should start a dandelion farm? That's the next thing.
I don't know.
That's the hot gold.
That wasn't where I was going. But that's somewhere that we can take it. Yes.
But moving on, Leonard, what we got next?
All right, so now we got the first look at the New Balance Kawhi 2. So Kawhi Leonard and New Balance are getting ready to launch the superstar's next signature shoe, the Kawhi 2. The offering of the New Balance Kawhi 2 arrives in a two-tone black and white color blocking. It features a mesh and nylon base equipped with a fit weave light. And while the cushion comes with a fuel cell technology, and, it's going to be a bold Kawhi branding on the tongue, which the New Balance on the heel is going to also be back there for that design. So, I kind of forgot about Kawhi Leonard because he's, not playing yet during the season.
Is he injured?
He has an injury that he suffered in the playoffs last year. So,
dang, he's been out then.
He's been out for a long time.
Real?
He's been out for a long time. So, in true Kawhi Leonard form, this shoe looks nearly identical to the Kawhi one, in my opinion. Kawhi doesn't like attention in general, so apparently he doesn't really like to change details on his sneakers all that much as well. But they did switch up the heel design a little bit. But what do you think about this new Kawhi Leonard shoe?
I mean, there's not really much to talk about. I mean, it looks just like another typical basketball shoe. I don't know if I can get with the whole Kawhi on the tongue. I think his alternate logo, the hand logo, is a lot better. But also, wasn't something with that? There's something with that hand logo. I think legally. Didn't Nike make it or something? I don't know. I think that's why, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling the whole tongue with the Kawhi thing.
Last year on his Kawhis, they were that's something for his brand is they switch up the tongue a lot.
Oh, really?
Some brands do that. We got the the Kyrie Irvings. They got the hourglass on the left shoe.
Yeah, I just think
they switch up the tongue a lot. I don't think they have a super consistent.
The name Kawhi. I mean, you could have done
basic.
I think you could have done a K. I just don't think it looks that good wrapping the entire thing. If I'm gonna ding it, I mean, other than that, it looks like it's gonna hold up pretty well. It looks like pretty nice material. I mean, that outsole is nuts on there. It's way thicker and it's not really blended in compared to the upper. So it looks like pretty good containment. I can't wait. I'm sure we're gonna get it in and we'll definitely test it out.
The Kawhi one was honestly really solid, just performance shoe. So
yeah.
I'm assuming these will be pretty good. New Balance does just in general.
Any price on them yet?
I haven't seen the price on them. I think last year they were 130 or 140.
130
maybe,
for the Kawhi ones.
So
I'm sure they'll be 150 then.
I wonder if they will bump it up, especially with inflation and stuff like that. Well, normally shoe brands kind of the standard. I've noticed it with Nike. Obviously we're on Kawhi too, so there's no pattern yet. But it's have a price, then same price the next year, then go up $5 or $10.
Yeah.
Then keep that same price the next year, then go up $5 or $10. Just to because if you go up every single year, right, and then you start at $100. LeBron's shoe line would be $300 right now. You just literally you can't go up that much,
right?
Unless you are just putting out the best shoe ever. Everyone is just in love with it. It's officially the basketball shoe. Then you could maybe keep going up with it, but that is going to get so steep. You have to make short price increments. So say I don't remember what it was, but say it was 130 and you're right at 150. Okay, honestly, with the span of his career, he might only have 2 or 3 more shoes left in him.
Really, you think? He's not. Just because of injuries.
Just bodily wise,
gotcha.
Yeah, he's a little.
That's tough, man.
I feel bad for him too. It's just just genetics, and sometimes it's just bad luck. But just some of these injuries, he's just got he's got some type of, I don't know if it's arthritis or what it is, but something in his hands or his knees or something is not good. They have to load manage him a lot, so he doesn't play as much. So, I mean, I'm sure they will just maybe try and strike while the iron's hot because he is their only signature athlete that has their own shoe line.
Really? New Balance? I swear they don't have anyone else in the NBA? Dang.
No one making shoes at least.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so, I mean, they got Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi probably had something in his clause if you sign me, you can't sign anyone else. And they're just we don't got anyone else anyway, so yeah, we'll take you.
I don't know.
And then once he retires, they'll be all right, who's our next big athlete?
I don't know. Hopefully New Balance comes out because honestly, I think they're definitely a sleeper brand because they make some good stuff, especially in the kind of the hype kind of sneaker scene that we're really familiar with.
I think they're just stuck with the whole how do you get someone to look at your brand through the eyes of basketball and not through the eyes of just a brand for more comfortable shoes and for maybe for older people and just different things like that. How do you get people to shift and look at you as a basketball brand?
Same thing if Skechers just came in and jumped into the basketball scene. It's what? Like, you're telling me that some basketball players gonna be wearing some elite Skechers? Yeah,
No,
I get that.
doubt
Some brands are just meant to be only for a certain demographic. But moving on to the second to last article, we have thieves have stolen $18,000 worth of sneakers from a Florida mall sneaker store. So 3 thieves are on the run after stealing more than $18,000 worth of sneakers from a sneaker store located in the mall. So Ocala police are looking for 3 thieves where they were actually caught on surveillance video stealing the shoes from a sneaker shop in Paddock Mall. So these thieves allegedly used ladders and they climbed up onto the roof of the mall and then cut a hole into the ceiling above the store and entered and then stole all the shoes. So Landon, what are your thoughts? And it's just I guess it's just how it is these days.
That's
people stealing sneakers.
You said Ocala. That's in Florida, right?
Yeah, that's in Orlando.
So that checks out. That checks out at least. That's determination right there.
Yeah, how's that kind of what is it, James Bond style?
I want to know. Yeah, how did they get in, get out? Just had the little rope. Just I wonder how long that took to get the sneakers out.
I don't know.
$18,000. Okay, so I'm curious on 18,000 resale dollars or $18,000.
No, I'm
worth
pretty
of
sure it was a boutique store, like a resale store.
Bro, because that would be so much money. $18,000 worth of sneakers from a
like
sneaker
a Foot Locker.
boutique.
Oh, from a
Sneaker boutique.
That's like what, like 10 pairs. Probably.
How much can you turn that into? No. 18,000 retail dollars from a sneaker boutique.
Right.
That'd be so many shoes. First of all, they probably don't have that many shoes on site. That'd be.
I'm sure that was resale value.
What, like 70? Yeah, no. That's right. I'm saying so too.
Yeah.
You could turn that $18,000 into like $55,000-$60,000 soon.
Yeah.
$18,000 worth retail dollars would be such a big difference.
No, that's for sure resale value.
They got away with it too. I already did an article where they didn't get away. These guys are.
Well, they haven't gone away yet. They're on the hunt.
You can't compare Detroit to Florida. Florida knows how to get away with crimes.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's a whole nother article.
I don't know. That's different. That's crazy.
Yeah, I thought it was super crazy. Like the whole intricate, like cutting a hole into the ceiling. I'm sure like dropping down with a rope or a ladder or something, taking all the shoes.
Makes you feel like maybe they just deserve it. That's a lot of work.
I don't know about that. Maybe one pair.
18,000.
And they get Crocs in jail. That's what they get.
Oh my gosh. How do you go about because I'm assuming they had to be masked up or something, or it's just like the dumbest criminals ever, or there's no surveillance. But within a mall, gotta imagine there's active surveillance.
Yeah.
Of course, because that would be like a liability against the mall. So I don't know. I mean, I always wonder how do you get through something like this if you're the one doing it? Like, when is the time? Like, when does it die down? Like, say how many days is it gonna take for this to not be a story? Give it a week?
Maybe.
A month?
No, less than. It's like a week or less, for sure.
And then you're in the clear.
No, I doubt that. Your story that everyone else forgets about. I don't know. The police don't forget about that.
I know. I wonder what they do really push for compared to what they don't.
Well, I would be interested to see if the sneaker stores, like these resale stores, like reach out to these other marketplaces like eBay, StockX, and go, and they go, hey, we got stolen. This was our inventory stolen. If it comes from somewhere in Ocala, just flag it. Let the police know. Are the marketplaces in, and then people don't even know, or is it I'm just curious.
Where's the best place to resell stolen items? Where is just the best place to resell it?
I don't want to know that.
I would want to.
I would be in trouble if I knew that.
I feel like it'd have to be locally, but you'd have to be. Oh gosh, it's really just. There's really just no way.
No,
you'd have to know someone and be like, hey, I know you wanted this shoe. I got it. I have it. Do you want to buy it? No way. How'd you get it? Restock. What? I haven't seen these restock anywhere. I think it was on Foot Locker. No, I think it might have been overseas or something. It was where the restock was.
I don't know.
I can't remember. But you can go authenticate them. They're real. Trust me. Trust me. They came from a place that probably had to authenticate them.
Well, that's that kind of reminds me of the whole when the riots were happening and stuff, and people were literally just stealing left shoes and you would just see them on these marketplaces like Macari, and it was just off-white Air Force One, no box, left shoe only, and people were trying to sell them for like $300.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
I was like, what are you guys doing?
How does that work? It's impossible.
I don't know.
What? No, because people sell shoe boxes and stuff like that too. I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
Sell a box.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nike shoebox, $15. Who in the world?
I mean, if people need it, I mean,
who needs that?
Who knows?
I've even seen basic Nike boxes, like selling like the Dior Jordan box, selling like a Ma Maniére Jordan box, maybe.
Maybe they just need a new box. Maybe they're trying to sell it and they need a box.
Yeah, they're gonna flip a box.
Maybe.
Flip a box is being flipped.
I don't know. But moving on, Landon, what do we got to wrap it up with?
All right, so it is time to end this episode with the segment Cop or Drop, where Chase and I will take a look at some of these scheduled upcoming releases and give our opinion on the design. So finally, some releases are hitting the calendar. So I'll start you off with the shoe that actually released today. How do you like this colorway for the Nike Air Trainer 1?
I really like the model. I do not like this colorway, so it's gotta be a drop.
Man, you 0 for 1. It's a cop for me.
Really?
This is a cop for me. This, like I said, this gives me, like I was telling you earlier, this gives me like Travis Scott vibes.
I bet
bit.
you.
You see it?
Well, isn't there a Travis Scott
There
trainer
should
coming
be.
out?
Yeah, it should be. And I haven't looked at it. I didn't go back to look and compare it, but I want to say it looked kind of like.
Do you like the strap?
Not really.
No.
Don't love the model in general.
But you want a cop?
I don't know but
You
everything
okay?
everything inside me is telling me to say cop. I really don't even think I'd wear it. It'd be a cop for the shelf. I'd wear it to train in maybe, but even
You have
that,
too
like,
much money if you're just
no,
copping for
I'm not
another.
gonna actually cop them. So if I had the money, this is a theoretical cop. If I had a lot of money and I could get these shoes, I would get them. I wouldn't be like, no, I don't want those shoes.
Oh, okay.
So it's a cop for me.
Okay.
All
Moving
right,
on.
so this is like a variation for the Air Force One model. So what do you think about this Air Force One Luxe Providence purple?
I don't like this one either. I think this is a drop as well. I don't know about the whole kind of offset on the midsole to the outsole. I don't know. I think you should just stick with the Air Force One typical. Why change it up? Maybe there's higher quality materials, but even then, it's still not worth a cop for me. What about you?
0 for 2. This is
0
gonna
for
be
2?
another cop. Yeah, it might just be because of the colorway. This light purple is really clean.
So you like the new type model though?
It's okay. It's like not a new model. They've released it before, but the variation's okay. It does have a little thicker midsole. I'm not like a huge fan of it, but it's good enough for like a cop. I think it's actually pretty nice. But anyway, so these might release soon. They might not. Still trying to kind of figure that out. But I haven't seen a ton about them. But what do you think about this Nike Dunk Low like Valentine's Day design?
I think these are a cop. These are really cool. Ashley, one of our buyers is asking for it too, so we actually have to go for them. So hopefully they do come out.
Easy shoe. This is gonna be a drop for me.
This is really
0 for 3 compared to my releases. Yeah, this is a little too much pink. It's definitely.
I think it's
okay.
super unique.
It's very unique. I mean, oh gosh, I don't know. I'm having a tough time liking it because it's one of those like theme dunks, and I'm almost
Really?
I'm literally almost always on board for that.
Is it SB or no?
I don't
It's just
think so.
typical dunk.
Yeah, I think it's just a
Yeah.
Valentine's dunk, but no, I mean it's a cool idea, and obviously the pink has to be there. It's for Valentine's Day, but I like the really bright pink, like the blush
Just kind of
pink.
like red.
This is just like a vibrant hot pink paired
Right.
with like a more muted pink, and it's okay, but it's not special enough for me. But all right, I'm gonna end it off with this Yeezy design. So not a confirmed drop date for these yet. They might be dropping next week. They might not. So how do you like this Yeezy 350 compact slate red design?
This is a drop for me. I just don't like the whole hot. It's too much red. I think the model has some potential. We did get the blue slate of these, the
slate blue,
compact.
slate blue.
Yeah, and I really like the model. I thought it was a cool model. I like the upper. I mean, it's not much different than a 350. Well, obviously not because it's just a 350 compact,
Right.
but
It's just
I
like
don't
a
know.
knit upper now.
all red. I don't know. I'm not too much of a fan. But what about you?
Yeah, finally, there you go. 1 for 4. These are a drop for me. And it is really just because it's too much red. Like
Yeah.
they built it into, but it's got the whole like Red October feel to it. Of course,
Ooh,
It's
I
always
think
is,
I
like,
think that's gotten so like
played out.
yeah. I think it's over. First of all, Yeezy.
We just passed the
Adidas-
anniversary was the other day for it. It was like 8 years
Adidas.
ago.
You didn't even make the Red October. You can't just make all
You
your
got the
shoes
guy that
all
made the
red.
Red October.
What? That's
That is
cool.
direct correlation. I
Not
don't care how
really.
you slice it. It 100% is. But I mean, it's a different to your point, it is a whole different brand, a different model, and I just every time I see a red design that has anything to do with Kanye, it just makes you think Red October.
Oh, for sure.
Because what were some red? Weren't
Foam
some
runners. They made foam
Thank
runners.
you. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, where have I heard this before recently?
Yeah.
I didn't know if Nike had tried to do
No,
some
they made
spin.
all red foam runners.
All red foam runners.
Yeah. Those look ridiculous,
We didn't
too.
get those anyways.
No.
Foam runners are like
I saw them in person. They're ridiculous.
the look for them.
No, the
Just
all
foam
red.
runners in general.
No,
or just
the
that
all red
color?
ones. Even more ridiculous than the typical. Like, I think that
The
type of
model
shoe.
itself is
That
enough.
foam runner, you gotta go like a mute color, something that's just beige that barely blends in, because the model itself is just so crazy. People are still gonna look at it. You don't need it to be bright red to really draw attention. It already
It's a
draws
cool
too much.
design though. I'm still waiting for them to come out with one of these compact 350s that I like.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they got
And
something.
I'm
in the
sure it'll
works.
happen.
I think a little about the compact though. The upper's okay, but I don't know.
love it as much as I did.
I like
did
the
first time.
350. I think
I-
the 350 is golden.
I thought I loved this
The
design.
original.
Yeah, and the more I look at it, the more I'm just like, ugh.
Just the upper. I don't know what the patchiness texture to it. Not too much of a
I
fan.
don't
but
dislike it, but I'd have to see the right colorway
I
for
don't
it.
know.
But, that's actually going to wrap up this episode. Thank you guys for taking some time to watch. But until next time, peace.